When I was growing up in northwest Iowa in the early 80s through about the early 90s,
Average Iowa guy.
barbecue really wasn't a huge thing, except that in the town where I graduated high school, there was a restaurant called Treloars, and it actually wasn't just one restaurant, it was a bunch of them. It started in some guy's garage in like the Depression era, and it expanded into like 4 or 5 restaurants. But it closed in 1975, so I never got to eat there. But the Treloars barbecue thing became the Hickory House, and one of my relatives used to cater a lot, and he had the recipes for Treloars barbecue, and that's pretty much the kind of barbecue I grew up eating. So in Iowa, I pretty much never saw barbecued beef. The only kind of barbecue I saw was like barbecued pork loin cut into slices and ribs, but ribs were really expensive, so like you didn't see a lot of those. The wood that was used was almost always hickory, and there was very little done in terms of rubbing the meat or anything like that. I never really saw pulled pork when I was growing up either. It was always just pork, smoked pork slices served on some sort of a bun. So today I'm going to show you how I do that. First, I start by trimming up the meat, getting off any loose ends that are likely to burn. Then I make a rub that's pretty simple. It's just a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of celery salt, and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Then I take the trimmed pork loin and I rub it down with just plain old yellow mustard. And then I apply the rub. I like to let this sit in the refrigerator for a few hours to overnight. This prepared pork loin will be smoked at 225 degrees until you reach an internal temperature of 165-ish. Then you take it out and rest it, and the final temperature will be somewhere around 170. I then cut it into slices and put it on a bun and serve it with barbecue sauce. Simple, but really tasty. It's time to assemble our sandwich. I have my meat here. This is a homemade bun. I just start by putting a couple pickles on the bottom bun. I like pickles. I don't know if you like them. That's how I like it. And then I usually do like 2 slices of pork and a little bit of barbecue sauce there, and a little bit like that. There we go. Now you're probably asking yourself, why pork loin? Well, it goes on sale very often, and this pork loin I got for literally $1.49 a pound, and I don't know how you beat $1.49 a pound for meat like that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hit like and subscribe if you found it useful. Doesn't cost you anything. Bye.